Rain diamond, so all my girls in the world could keep shrining. From princess cuts to emeralds to H classes. Yeah, I failed math, but better pass the E class. Went from Chanel number 5 to 2.5. The Melrose resident. Every room's a president with the living rate. Bet y'all haters can't match that. You 6 digits short to catch that. The net year gross is 20,000 on commission. My net week gross 100 mil in addition to the Dow Jones stocks rest.
Well, hello. Welcome back. Designer with RP. I got some questions here for my son. This question here, we're doing this a second time because from my understanding, you all couldn't hear him in the last video. So we're gonna, ask some questions. As you can see, I do have questions. I have a list of questions here to ask him. And just bear with us because he's a very soft talker. He speaks very lightly. He doesn't speak. He doesn't yell. He doesn't scream. He's a humble and quiet guy. So the questions that I'm going to ask right now are going to be pertaining to RP, but it's also going to be pertaining to my most recent diagnosis with the microvascular ischemic dementia. So I have RP, but I also have microvascular ischemic dementia as well. So I'm going to toss in some questions about that, as well as, questions about RP. Okay? So thank y'all for, all of the views, and thank you for the questions, and thank you for, listening in. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it all. So, so let me start. The first question that I'm going to ask is, how has it been growing up with RP, Christian?
Growing up with RP for me was, it was easy at first, and then I guess now it's more difficult because I'm noticing, I guess, more things that I can't see or I don't notice in front of me and things like that. So it was easy at first, but now it's becoming a struggle.
So, question number 2 for him. What are the difficulties you've run into with getting and keeping a job with RP?
I haven't had any difficulties getting any or keeping because of my condition. More so, it's just I've had one little issue with getting a job, and that was just at Amazon. That was just them telling me that they don't hire visually impaired people. That was a whole thing. So other than that, it's been pretty well for me on the job part.
How was that situation handled? Like, how did, like, when they said that to you, like, how was it handled after the fact? Like, was there anything done? Did anyone,
we were looking into doing to suing, but we never pursued that. So
that's not true. So what we did was we contacted Amazon, the corporate office, which is what I did. I have emails. I contacted the corporate office. I sent emails. I was told that I needed to go through, what is it? I had to contact like the human resources or something along those lines that would help me in the pursuit of suing. And then when I contacted a lawyer, the lawyer asked me the lawyer said to me, if it's not a long term where he needed counseling, or if he needed any type of assistance because of this, like he was down and maybe he wanted to harm himself because of it, then it was no reason to pursue the lawsuit. So, and I definitely have the emails that were sent to Amazon you know, the corporate office about this incident. So, um, can you explain your type of RP?
My type is my type is X-linked, so it's the condition is genetic. So on my part, it was X-linked for me. So if I end up having a daughter, then she'll be the carrier of the disease, and then down the line, if she ends up having a son, then he may possibly have it. It can skip a generation, but
So in terms, I mean, in situations like this, if he has a son, his son more likely than not will not be born with RP. His son won't, it won't pass on for him from him to his son, to, with the RP disease, with X-link. So the type of RP that I have is dominant. I have the dominant. I don't have the X-link because it went over to dominant from from female to female, which means it dominates the I guess the scale of our family. My mom has it, I have it, my son has it, my nephew, two of my brothers. So once it mutated in me, it became a dominant gene. So let's see. Next question. Are you required to use a cane? If so, do you use it and how often?
I am legally blind, so yeah, I'm required to use it, but I don't because for the most part, I know my way around. I only use it if I'm ever going I'll say if I ever go out of state or out of country, that's when I'll decide to take my cane with me because, obviously I don't know the area like that, but when I'm here or if I'm going somewhere with someone a lot of the time, I don't feel like I need to bring the cane with me, so I don't use it.
Okay, and for me to answer that question, I am legally blind as well, and I have a cane, and I am told that I am to use it in the dark or in dark places, when I'm maneuvering around, but I don't go anywhere, any dark places. So I really don't use it. If there's a dark area, and if I'm coming into a place and there's a dark area, I would more likely than not be with someone that I trust that will walk me through that area. So as to say, I won't bump into anything, and I won't knock anything over or knock anyone over for that matter. Um, let's see. Uh, when it comes to lighting, how dark is too dark or how light is too light?
With my eyes, light doesn't really affect me a lot. So I won't look directly into a bright light, but I can. And it's only certain situations where that would really bug me, but a lot of the time I'm fine. It's only when I'm in the dark where that's when I start having issues because even just a somewhat of a dim room could be too dark for me sometimes. If it's not if it's dim and it's nighttime, the lights are almost or almost off, pretty much. That's when it'll be pretty much pitch black for me. I won't be able to make out anything in the room.
Okay, and for me, it's the opposite. I lights hurt my eyes. I'm very light sensitive, and white paper hurts my eyes. I would have to use dark paper with light writing, or on the cell phone. I have to have my background dark, and I have white writing, and it has to be in large print. So how do you are you able to read print on paper? And if so, how large? And if not, why not?
I mean, I can, but it's more of a strain because a lot of the time I don't go through the process of trying to get it modified for me. I'll just take it as it is, take a picture of it and read it on my phone or something like that. But also, we're growing up in the digital world now, and a lot of stuff isn't really. There's stuff on paper, but you know, a lot of stuff is coming on devices and things like that, where you can easily read it and modify it to the way that you need it.
Okay, so with me, when it comes to the print on the paper, I do need large print. I do. Like I wrote this stuff down, and as you hear me stuttering, you know, really trying to see it because I used to be able to see just like everybody else. I used to have 20/20 vision at one time, and you know, then my vision gradually went away. So I wasn't born with RP. I literally had perfect vision. As a matter of fact, I think I had like 20/20, 20/40, something along those lines. And like my vision was perfect. But as time went on, I started to lose my sight. And then when I got, I guess my brain started to, the veins in my brain started to get smaller from the microvascular. It affected my eyes. That's what made the RP mutate, you know. So when it comes to the print, um, small print, I can't. It's blurry. Like all of the words come together, or they're like it's literally like it's blurry. It's blurry. So I have to have large print, or I'll use my cell phone and magnify to the highest magnification and literally read it that way. But outside of that, I can't do small print at all. It's not for me, and I won't attempt. It'll give me a headache. So, um, let's see. Tell me something that happened to you that you feel may have never happened if you weren't visually impaired.
The only thing I can think of is that Amazon situation, and even then, I mean, yeah, no, with that's the only situation I can think about where, you know, if I wasn't visually impaired, then, you know, maybe I'd have a job at Amazon, maybe I'd have a better one, you know.
So, how has your life been living with RP? And what can you do and what can't you do?
I can't drive. I mean, technically I can. It'll be illegal. Whoever's on the road, watch out. I guess that's a hazard. But other than that, I mean, I'm pretty much just like everyone else. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I do anything that different or live that different from anyone else. You know, like I can still play games. I can still be on my phone, do all this other stuff. I'm still able to see, which I'm glad about. But other than that, the only thing I can say is I can't drive.
Okay. How much can you see? Like, how much are you able to see out of your sight?
I'm perfectly fine with making out color and things like that. Color and some detail on things. But from a distance, I can't make out faces. I can't like dark colors, navy blue, black, things like that. That's where my limits lie with my vision.
Okay. So right now, as far as like distance wise, like how far would you be able to see ahead of you to bump into someone or not bump into the person? Or
from here, from where I'm sitting to the camera, I can't make out faces. I can't make out anything on there. It's just blur. But so, I can see that the table and the chairs and all that and colors of the table, like the table and the chairs and the lights. I can see all that, but it's just from here.
So clarity wise, it's
Yeah,
about
just,
2 feet,
uh-huh.
if that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, question about the newest diagnosis, the microvascular, the dementia. How did it feel? How did you feel when you learned that your mom was diagnosed with microvascular, with dementia?
Honestly, when I first heard about it, like with everything that happened leading up to it, it was more of just a shock. Like I didn't personally know how to react to it. Like when I called you that night and you told me like what happened, when you had the stroke, I didn't want to sound dry and emotionless, but I genuinely was just stuck in like the hell just happened? Like you just in the house. What? And at this point, I wasn't.
That's how strokes happen. It's
like,
just 1 minute, one moment to the next. It's not,
yeah,
you know.
like I'm sitting in my room. They leave the house at 8 o'clock. I'm in my room almost all day, most of the time. So, you know, a lot of the time I don't know what's going on out here. I leave out the room. They not here. Okay. You know, maybe they went to the store.
He says normal.
Yeah, maybe they went to the store. All right, cool.
Normal.
10 o'clock roll around. She called me. Oh, we at the hospital. Make sure the door locked. What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She didn't tell me she had a stroke, or she almost. No. She just told me make sure the door was locked. I'm at the hospital. We'll be back later. Okay.
No, I didn't almost have one. I
no,
literally
yeah,
had it.
You had a partial stroke, I know. And then,
yeah.
And then 2 o'clock in the morning roll around.
Mm-hmm.
And then she tells me, "Oh, I had a partial stroke.
Yeah.
They admitted me, so make sure the house is locked up. It's time for I go up." Like, wait, it's 2 o'clock in the like, it's a good thing I wasn't asleep and I didn't get that phone call. Like, I'm so confused. Like, wait a minute. Like, okay. And then when she get back home the next day and she's telling me the story, like telling me,
I didn't come back the next day.
Oh no, you came back. You're right. You got admitted that day.
Yeah. I was there for like 2 days.
Yeah, she came back a day or two later, and then came back and told me the diagnosis and all that. Now at this point, I will put this out there. I smoke, so I'm high, and then I'm talking to her, and then she started telling me, and then broke down. Now I'm even more confused because like now you have dementia. You just had this happen. This is a lot. Like I'm trying to process all of this. Like I'm still trying to process the whole stroke thing. And then she came behind that and told me about the microvascular. So now I don't know what to do. Okay. You know, I can help where I can, but like, of course I feel bad. I feel sorry.
You feel sorry?
I don't know how to say that the right way. Like
that's terrible.
But it's like, I don't personally know where to put my emotions on that. Like I'm still in the process of like really getting that down.
How old are you?
21.
Okay. So the next question, how has your life been impacted since learning of the diagnosis, of my diagnosis?
It has not been impacted. I don't, thing about me is I don't talk to people. I don't go out my room. So like when it comes to her forgetting things and things like that, when it comes to forgetting things with me, it's never something huge or something big or super important. It's always something little, like her having to take me to the store or something. She'll forget. Okay, cool. We can go tomorrow. I don't care. Like, that's just where I am. Now, I mean, I have seen it affect her more, like, as far as, like, just remembering, like, little things, like, where she put her keys and things like that. I've noticed that. And at that point, that's when I'm like, okay, so this, now I'm starting to really grasp the reality of it. Like, okay, this is real. Now what? I don't know. I can only help. I don't know where to move forward from here. That's what I'm saying. Like, not gonna stop loving you because you got this. I'm not. None of that's gonna change. It's just I don't know what to feel or what to do here. You know.
Right. So that tiptoes into the next question. Have you noticed a change in your mom before or since you learned of the diagnosis?
Not necessarily a change. I mean, you do a lot more, but the only thing I can say is like you trying to remind yourself of a lot of things, or like the little reminders that you set and things like that. That's the only way I can say I really have noticed. But other than that, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's really brought you down. Like, I know it did hit you emotionally. I definitely know that.
Absolutely.
Because I remember when you broke down to me. I know.
Absolutely.
But like ever since then, I haven't seen it. So
have I been more active?
Yeah.
Since the diagnosis?
Yeah, a little bit. You have. It's just you do take your time to rest now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Okay. Let's see. So at 21 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you, let's say that the dementia that I have speeds up, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and my brain is, I'm just functioning. Just you notice completely that I have dementia, right? At 21 years old, are you prepared
to take care of you?
To not take care of me? Are you prepared to take care of yourself? To be without your mom at 21? And it's not, I'm saying not be without me physically.
No, I know what you mean.
But be without me, you know, in a sense that mentally I will no longer be here.
I mean, to an extent. I mean, I know the basics of living on my own and all that, and like having to really buckle down and get stuff done, but it's more so my own schedule that I try to follow, where I want to get things done on my time and move at my pace versus having to move at a certain pace or have things done at a certain time. I don't like being on a schedule because then I feel
rushed.
I feel rushed and pressured, and I'm like, I don't want to do this. But then when I finally get into a space where I want to do it and I'm ready to do it, it's just like sometimes I'll get up and do it. Sometimes that feeling just goes away, where it's like, all right, I'm about to get up, about to clean, about to take a shower, all that, and then never mind, I'm gonna go ahead and lay down. I don't want to do nothing, which that could be a whole thing. And then that's depression. But I mean, as far as if the dementia took out your brain, yeah, I mean, I think I would be able to do it, but I would definitely need assistance.
It's an honest answer. Okay. I'm gonna make this the last question. Okay. So if you had to move from your own place, right, and move into any place, like, you know, let's say family comes and, you know, something happens to me or something, you know, where I can no longer assist or I'm no longer there, right? Mm-hmm. Are you prepared to do everything by yourself without your mom's assistance? Are you prepared to just completely be without me, not, and I'm saying in not just in the physical sense, in the mental sense, just in life, period. Have you prepared yourself in your mind, wrapped your mind around the fact that I am slowly going away, but there is going to come a time when in your young life you're going to be on your own.
I mean, I've thought about it, and I feel like I'm fully prepared for it. Like, of course, when it happens, I can't say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when that happens, that might send me into a depression where I'm like, all right, screw everything for a minute. Like, that's it. And I'm being honest. Like, I can't. That's not something I'm gonna be able to just, you know what I'm saying? Like, cry about for a little bit and then move on about my day. I can't do that. But I think after that moment, I think possibly I'll be able to get back on my feet and, you know, pick myself up.
Okay. So this is the Q&A with my son Christian. The second one that we're doing, because the first one they couldn't hear him speaking on. So I absolutely thank you all for coming. I do want to say thank you, Pop. Thank you very much. I really mean it. Seriously. Like, comment, subscribe. Drop your questions in the comment section or even email them to me. That's fine too. And I greatly appreciate you all coming. No, go ahead.
If you guys do want to hear more of me, I guess a little more clear and loud, you can check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/BigChris9402. I usually play games or just, you know, chill out with my friends and just talk or whatever. So, you know, you'll see a completely different side of me there from the humble that she just said, you know what I'm saying? The humble, quiet boy. But
man,
hey, you know, if you do want to see more of me or hear more of me, then you can go there. Once again, that's twitch.tv/BigChris9402.
All right, and thank you to all my new subscribers, and I appreciate the views. Let's knock them out the pop. I greatly appreciate it. I honestly do. Thank you all. I look forward to making another Q&A if it comes down to it. Just, you know, send the questions, whatever. No question is too small. I will absolutely write it down, and I'm gonna drag him tooth and nail. You know him, or you know Minnie. I can do a Q&A with Minnie too, and you know, same questions or a few of the same questions. So I thank you all. I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I see y'all on the next one.